Everyone, this is the Chief Middles Band here. So on today's video, we are going to talk about a topic that every one of us are familiar with. And what am I talking about is anxiety. Anxiety of going to the NHS application. We all know, you watching this video now, I know we have gone through this phase of being anxious of what is the next thing to do. How do I need to go with my application? It can be overwhelming. It can be daunting to the task that some people even break down, like they feel like not to apply anymore. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you ideas, tips, what causes anxiety in people. Watch it all through. So for you just joining us, do us the honor by clicking on the subscription button and also turn on notification so you miss a thing or two. Thank you very much. So now I want to say it now. Within the week, I've had my own fair share of anxiety, loss, and disappointment that I thought of just ending this old Chief Middleman brand at the end of the day because yes, I didn't envisage that I was going to receive negative energy from anybody because I've done nothing but put in the energy, put in the time to make sure I give you the best of advice, the best of tips on how to go with your application. But on a second thought, I just discovered that I shouldn't use one person's bad energy, one person's bad experience to judge the others that decide to just still have that courage to come back and still do what I have to do. And I hope this idea is going to help one person or the other to do away with their anxiety and move on with their application. Some weeks ago, I have the opportunity of speaking to some nurses and midwives, trying to put them through their applications and what they have to do to get that interview and to get that job at the end of the day. And I asked them one critical question because now we notice now that back in the days the nurses are having a swell time, midwives are having it hard in getting any job in the NHS in the UK, but nurses are just every now and then you see interview here, interview there, but the midwife are having a difficult time finding a job. It became the problem then actually, but now I think the tide has changed. Now the midwives are now having called more for interviews more than the nurses, and they are finding it difficult. So I asked them one pertinent question. I said, why do you think the nurses are having hard time getting called for interviews now? And there was silence everywhere. And I asked one or two, and people gave me different reasons. Like maybe because of, yes, one person gave a reason that is because they need more of mental health nurses and all that. I say, yes, that's a pertinent question because, yes, as now we know the UK particularly, we know they are looking out for mental health nurses. The most have no specialty, just general nursing and all that. So it's going to be a difficult task for them to find a job, but not as if there is no job. So now it's going to be now the ratio of those looking for that same job of a general nurse is much compared to that of mental health. That's why a few mental health nurses are having a swell time also enjoying themselves. They now ask me, okay, what is my own reason? Why do I think the the midwives are having called for interview and all that? And my answer is that life happened. It's all about life. They say life now turn by turn. What does that mean? Life is all about times and season. It's your turn today to be on a person's turn the next day. So don't feel down. Yes, it happens, but just keep up the faith and keep applying. I know my wife is going to crucify me for what I'm about to say, but I just need to say it against all odds. At the long run, what do I have to pay at the end of the day? Just give her a kiss and give her a hug, and that says it all. She knows what I'm doing for a good cause, so I think I'll go ahead to say it. So I think she wrote her IELTS 5 times, and she also wrote her CBT 3 times. You all know writing your CBT for the 3rd time means once you fail it, you're starting this whole process afresh. But we were there for each other just to make sure this skills too. Because now she's feeling the whole pain of, yes, she failing the exam. Because immediately she fails the exam, I don't wait for a month or two. Immediately, I put in the money and say, go and register for another one. Not for any reason, because I know she needed it. It's only wise as a husband to be there for her, to promote her, to say, right behind you every step of the way. Anything you want to do to make sure you're a better person at the end of the day. Because I know this is what she wanted. So yes, I also shared my own fair share of the cry because yes, I had to go behind the scene, shed my own little tears at the end of the day, not allowing it to show before her to see, yes, my husband is not being strong for me, but men also do cry. Yes. At the end of the day, I also come out and I also give her that support that she needs to scale her to the next stage. And now it paid off at the end of the day, and she's having a swell time now. So with that, notwithstanding, I also have people who have wrote the IELTS 8 times, 9 times, some wrote 10, 11. At the end of the day, they scale to it. They don't have 2 heads. It's not as if they don't know what they were doing, but it's just, we all know what how the IELTS can be like. We all know what your CBT can be like. Writing uppercase instead of even a lowercase, it spells doom for you. So it doesn't mean you don't know what you are doing, but it just means these are just little mistakes that can happen like on the way, and don't eat yourself up because of that. Just keep the faith and keep doing what you have to do. So I've also had the opportunity to talk to some nurses, midwives. I saw one that you just wrote the exam once and you failed it, and you are opting for being an healthcare assistant. Is that even an option at all? Yes, that's an option. Is up to you, as far as you can live up to the guilt of, yes, not even guilt at the end of the day, because at the end of it all, we all have our different paths to follow in life. So if that is what works for you, I also would not blame, because some people, the financing might not be rightly available, that they have to stay longer time to get another finance, to get the finance to write another exam. Yes, we all have every other options to take in our life. So it's a good option, but you also need to be ready to know that anything that comes out of it at the end of the day, you are ready to live by it and ready to hit yourself in the back and say, yes, you took the right decision for yourself, you took the right decision for your family, and you scale to, at the end of the day, it's all about choices. So my advice for you is, why not just follow the process of life? Because the same way you're complaining that, yes, you have not gotten your IELTS, yes, some people have taken their own fair share of the whole being anxious, and they have passed their IELTS, they have passed their CBT, but still yet, they're yet to get an interview. Unfortunate email upon unfortunate emails. Those who even got an interview, their interview time keep being rescheduled. Some even their interview was even cancelled. I've seen there was a lady that interview was set up for her just basically because of they said they couldn't hear her and they cancelled her interview. I tried to talk to her to let her have the faith, keep the faith, and know that something good will come out at the end of the day. So yes, she got IELTS CBT. Now she got the interview, but interview at the end of the day they cancelled it. So a lot of people are going through a lot. It's a stage. Everybody have their stage. You have your stage. When you get to the next stage, same way there are some people now who have gotten interview, they have passed their interview, they are still waiting for even signing of documents. Some are even facing the battle of signing documents, going back and forth. I don't want to mention the name of NHS that doing all this. There are some that are taking longer time. Okay, correct this, correct that. It's disturbing. It's disturbing to the fact that people go through a lot to just make sure they do these things, but they keep going back and forth. I also wouldn't blame them over there at the NHS, because they also need to do their due diligence to make sure everything is done in the proper way. So it's just a stage in life, and there are some that have even gotten their COS. They're still trying to apply for their visa, and because now there are some NHS that will still tell you you have to pay for your visa yourself. That's is also another problem for some people. So it's just life, and that is what life has put before us, and we just need to follow that level the way it comes. There are so many reasons why this NHS application process can be anxiety inducing, and one of that reason is it is competitive. So for you to even stand out of the crowd, a lot of people are applying from so many parts of the world applying for the same NHS. So for you to even stand out, you have to put in the much work for you to stand out. That's it for number one, how to align your application. That's one you have to even deal with. Number one, the numerous criteria question, apart from even you writing your supporting statement, the various criteria question that you need to answer is also a problem on its own. So now, not also to talk about the assessment process, which takes you up to the interview process, and also for you to not even wait if you even scale to the interview or not. It's a long rail that you need to follow at the end of the day, and this can cause a lot of being anxiousness about this process. Another reason why the NHS application process can be anxiety induced is because it could potentially affect your future career prospects. If you don't get the job you're hoping for, you're applying for, means you start the whole process over again. For those that had to write their CBT, not passing it means you have to start this whole process over again, and this whole thing can create a lot of fear in people's mind and know, okay, what next? What other options do I have if I don't get this thing out of the way? I think that's one of the reasons why most people even still opt out for the senior healthcare, the healthcare assistant role, so as to get this whole process right behind them and move on to the next stage, which in turn, when they now get there, they now go on to what they have actually planned to do with their life, which is going to apply as a registered nurse at the end of the day. So thank you for listening once again, and I'll appreciate those who stayed up to the end of this video. I appreciate you, and those who are yet to subscribe, why not turn on the notification button and subscribe to my channel so as to stay up to date for good content like this that would inspire you to wanting to move more, to wanting to move to the next level. And why not just drop a comment or two? So in case you are not clear on one or two things I explained, share a comment, drop a comment, and I will respond to it in my next video. And for those also, because during the course of the video I talked about you applying the right way, I think you should watch this video that I talked about how to do your application. This is the first one and this is the second. And also those finding it difficult to write their supporting statement, why not just check this video down here and watch it? I think that should help you in your application process. Thank you very much. See you in my next video.